Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am filming a get ready with me for absolutely nothing. We're in our 4th lockdown in Melbourne, so it was a good time to do a little catch up. You might have noticed I disappeared for about 2 months, more if you include the shit videos that I did put up prior to that. This year I've just been a bit like absent, I feel. And it doesn't sit well with me, so I thought that it would be fun to throw it back a little bit and do a good old-fashioned makeup gas bag. And I did make myself a Scotch and Pepsi. It's only 4 PM, but it's 5 o'clock in Perth. Or maybe it's 2 o'clock in Perth, I don't know. Honey wants to make a special appearance. Honey has been getting UTIs up and down, left, right and center. I actually did one of these recently, but then I went MIA again. And I don't want this to come across as I think that people care so much about my life that I need to give you updates every few months. It's not like that, I swear. I just feel like you guys are my friends, and when I go MIA, it's like, oh my god, we have so much to talk about. So I asked you guys to ask me some questions of things you feel like knowing. I've recently bought some new makeup. I've got my Scotch and Pepsi, and we're gonna listen to some music and just get down to business. So the first question is, yeah, where the F have you been? And that's a great question. And really, I haven't really been doing that much. It's just that I'm so bad at prioritizing my time and multitasking that I can really focus on doing one thing at a time. And I've recently gotten a full-time job. So some of you guys might know I've worked at Valley Girl for like 2.5 years now, and I've wanted to quit for about 1.5 years, maybe 2, but it just so happened that when I was really desperate for a full-time job, they offered me to be the manager at the store. And I was like, ooh, usually, you know me, I would say no and probably laugh, but I really actually need a full-time job and some monies right now, so I'm gonna say yes. So now I'm the manager. And it might sound like, that sounds like I'm settling, but I know I'm gonna quit at the end of the year. It just seemed like the right option at the right time, because at the moment and for like the next 6 months, all I really want to do is like get some money behind me and just get some savings, financial stability, a bit of structure in my life. Yeah, so it's a lot of work, honestly, because the company places a lot of responsibility on you. Usually most retail stores would have their own visual merchandiser, their own like stock days, like, or stock workers, and they'll have like 5 people on in the day, whereas like at my work I'll have 1 person on with me for like a few hours so I can get lunch. It's like unheard of to have more than 2 people in the store, but I also have to do like 20 boxes of stock a day, like find a place for it in the store, visual merchandise the store. So it's a lot of work and it's very stressful. When I get home from work, I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to clean my room, I don't want to film, I don't want to edit. Like, I pretty much just want to watch a movie, eat and go to bed. So that explains where I've been to some extent. But recently I've just gone, look bitch, most people have full-time jobs, this is what adults do, and the only thing that would say to myself, you're settling by accepting this job position, is if I let it ruin my other side hustles for me. Like, if I was stopping doing things that I'm passionate about and things that are kind of a passion project for me, things that bring me joy, hobbies, then I really am settling, and I'm probably not going to leave in 6 months, like, to be honest. So that's my little tangent about that. Another thing that so many people asked me about, which I assumed that they would, because it's exciting. I feel like everybody always wants to know what people are doing in their romantic lives, me myself as well. So everybody asked about my boyfriend. We've been like seeing each other since the start of February. Been boyfriend and girlfriend for like 3 months, which sounds like a really short time, but it feels like it's been forever. His name is Cashel, Cash for short. Someone asked how we met. We met at a bar that he works at. He's actually one of my cousin's best friends. I need to do makeup because I've done nothing. He's one of my cousin Corey's best friends, and somehow we'd never met before, but one night Corey asked me to go out to this bar with him, and I was like, okay, sure. And then he's like, yeah, my friend is the bartender there. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I saw him and I was like, oh, he's cute. And then I said to my friend that night, I was like, I am manifesting this person in my life. And then I did. So it was also the weirdest thing because somebody asked as well, what's your boyfriend's star sign? He's a Scorpio. I'm a Cancer. I don't know if they're compatible. But he's a Scorpio, and my horoscope said that day, because we met on January 31st, it was like, in February you're going to romantically welcome a Scorpio into your life. And I read that the next day after I met him and I was like, whoa, that's insane. And honestly, it's just great. Somebody asked me, how did you find something along the lines of, how did you open your heart back up again after going through a breakup? And I think, honestly, it sounds cliche, but if the right person comes along, it's just gonna happen. And that makes it sound easier than it is. It's definitely not easy. And being with someone again, opening my heart up to someone, I've like dated people and slept with people after breaking up with my ex, but I was never emotionally tied to anybody. Like, I never really opened myself up to anyone or let anyone in or cared a lot about anybody since then. And it's really brought up a lot of like trauma that I got from my ex and like our relationship. So that's been really difficult because that leads to like projecting and stuff, but it's also really hard to deal with past trauma, relationship trauma, when you don't open yourself up to other people. I don't really know. I feel like it comes with time and focusing on yourself and being self-aware, and then when you meet the right person, I think things will kind of just fall into place. I feel like I've been very open on this channel about how I thought I was going to be single for like the next 5 years. Like, I was kind of getting scared that I would never find anyone again, or that like I wasn't capable of loving people. It was definitely a little bit of a fear of mine because I felt really hostile and I felt really cold towards men and being in a relationship. And then I met him that night and it just fell into place. Like, it seemed like it was just meant to be. And I just want to say as well, do not settle. I feel like this sounds so cringe, but I didn't realize that someone so perfect for me existed, because I felt like I was asking for way too much and like putting myself on a pedestal, having such high standards or like things that I required a partner to be. But I think if it's yourself and it's your love and it's someone who you're sharing your life with, then you shouldn't settle. But yeah, that's enough about that. But that's also where I've been. It's hard when you have a YouTube channel, because as much as this is my creative space, it's also very personal and there are people watching. So something that's kind of awkward when you're dating someone new, you don't know how they feel about it, you don't want to introduce it too early, because people do get invested in people's personal relationships and lives. And I feel like I've waited the perfect amount of time before I introduced him on my channel, and now I feel so comfortable. I feel like he's really comfortable on camera as well, which is great. And it doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel awkward. So I'm really happy about that. And then another thing, sorry, this is so boring, isn't it? I feel like this is really boring. I think I want to go to fashion school, which sounds like such a dream. Like, it sounds like such a dream. Like, I want to go to New York and study fashion and all that sort of stuff. Like, I feel like everybody wants to do that, and it's a bit like, sure babe. I had a dream about it. I feel like I'm making myself sound like such like a weird bitch in this video. But I was at a moment where I was kind of like, oh my god, I have no idea where I'm going, like what I'm doing. I don't know if I want to follow the avenues that I've been kind of going towards now. So now I kind of feel like the rug's been ripped from under my feet, and I kind of just put out into the world that I need some direction and guidance. And then I had a dream that I was in New York and I was like a fashion stylist, and I was like, yes, I forgot that that was a thing that I can do. Honestly, clothes and fashion and putting together outfits and like traveling, and this is such a dream. But like it's one thing that I'm so passionate about. So I've looked into like online fashion courses for the rest of the 6 months of this year, and then next year I would love to go to like an actual uni, like in person. I would love if you guys would give me some ideas of like fashion content that you'd like to see me share on my platforms. And now that I've talked about the 3 things that I feel like are the main things of where I've been for the past few months, now I can get into specific questions. If you can't be bothered, oh my F, my camera's about to run out. I can't remember what I was even talking about just then. So what's your favorite thing to do outside of YouTube? I love shopping. I love drawing, I love playing video games, I love watching movies, I love making food, like cooking, not just like meagering or something. I love going on Pinterest. I think Pinterest is one of my main coping mechanisms. Like, it's like I don't even know that I'm doing it when I do it. I just go on there and I'm mindlessly scrolling. I love swimming. Well, I love to go swimming at the beach. But you can't really do that in winter because I'm a pussy. Oh, someone asked what my Myers-Briggs, I don't know, but someone asked what my Myers-Briggs personality, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, is. I just did it before this because so many people ask me this question all the time. And someone commented on my new video I uploaded last night saying, are you INFP, the mediator? And I just did the test and I am. Do I seem like that? I didn't read it because I like couldn't be bothered, but I am INFP, mediator. Do I seem like that? Oh, this girl asked some great questions. Good wine to start with. I want to try getting into wine, but I hate it. I feel like wine is like coffee. Like at first, most people are like, ugh, what is this? I'm so bitter, gross aftertaste. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't like coffee at first, and then it takes like drinking it. And then after drinking it like a few times, you're kind of like, oh, this is actually all right. And then you're obsessed. When I first started drinking wine, it was like, this is cheap and it has a lot of standards, so I'm gonna get this. And I didn't particularly enjoy it like at all. Kind of made me feel sick. But I was like, this is beneficial for me. And now I'm drinking Cabernet Sauvignon and I love it. So we've come a long way. I would say start off drinking like a Moscato or a Moscato Rosé, but they are really sweet. I just feel like it's a good way to get into the wine world. Favorite thing to cook. I love cooking anything Asian, which is very broad. Anything East Asian, like Japanese. I love Japanese flavors. I also love pasta, like cooking different types of pasta, because I feel like you can really mess with the flavors and the spices going on there. So those I feel like are really fun to make. Okay, I just did my eyebrows off camera because that would have just been like 10 minutes of footage of me not talking. Why do I do these faces? Like, I'm terrified of myself. How many times do I... Sorry, that was so scary. How many times do you reckon I do that face in videos? Because when I'm looking in the viewfinder, I feel like I'm constantly like this. Anywho, Annie gave me this palette, so I'm gonna try out. This has a lot of crazy colors, and you just know I'm not gonna use any of them. I just did that face again. Somebody stop me. I'm probably gonna dip into this one, this crazy color. Imagine if I just made up questions for this. I just had a thought. I was gonna be like, oh, should I say who's your favorite Marvel character? Like. And then I was like, should I just pretend that someone asked me that question? I was like, imagine if you did that. Like, imagine if no one asked me any of these questions. That's not even funny. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. Imagine. I wish I had the balls to like wear that. Gotta get jiggy with it. Like, I wish I could wear these. Any of those. Or any of these. Like, I just don't have the goal. I used to, but now I'm too boring. I'm too much of a basic bitch. I'm going in for Al Fresco, which is pretty much the same color as my skin. Most of the time it's honestly just to blend out the scabs of my eczema on my eyelids. Also guys, I'm trying to find a way to combat my ADHD because it's recently come to my attention that I talk a lot of stuff but don't do much really. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then I mentally do it, but I don't physically do it. And then I'm like, oh, I'm already so exhausted from mentally doing this that I just don't have the energy to actually do it. So I'm trying to come up with ways to trick my ADHD into actually doing things productive, because I'm kind of over it just ruling my life. So yesterday, I just did things without thinking of them before doing them. I was like, I have to edit a video today. So I just came into my room, I opened my laptop and I just started editing. And then before I knew it, I was like, hey, I'm actually doing this. I didn't even think about it, I'm doing it. And then it was done and I was like, oh my God, I didn't have to think about that a million times and then can't be bothered doing it because I've already thought about doing it, and that was just as much energy, if not more, than actually doing it. So I'm just gonna do that from now on. Right now I'm just using my Tom Ford bronzer for my eyeshadow. I feel like I've told you guys that I do this before. I feel like it's the perfect color because it's the same color as my bronzer. And it's like a pretty basic shade. So it's just a nice little touch. Gives you a bit of depth. Okay, now I'm gonna do my lips. I just did my mascara off camera. I just did the face again. So I literally do the same thing on my lips every single day that I put makeup on. It's Sweet Tea by Morphe in a lip liner. Ooh, it's perf. It's actually pretty dark. But I just use it as like a lip liner plus a little bit on the middle. And then I blend it in and use lip balm. And then it's like, good. I've been doing like a little bit over my top lip line, just at the very top, and then I follow my lip line on the sides, and then at the bottom I go like this and then just do under it. Sorry, that's so intense. I'm really looking into the camera. That's what Annie taught me, my little sister taught me, to just do like under the lip here and on top of the lip here, but then follow the lip line on the outsides, and then it makes it look more pouty and nice. And I've been doing it ever since because I'm obsessed. I just had lip balm. I actually hate using lip gloss, but like lip balm just hits different for some reason. For some reason my camera's making me look really pale and ghastly. But this is it. This is the makeup look. Okay, that's my makeup done and that's my chit chatting done. I haven't even finished my drink, but I feel like we're fully caught up. I feel good. Hopefully I answered all your guys like general questions that you guys were wondering about. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. I feel like it was super chit chatty, and I'm probably gonna cut heaps of it out. Okay, I love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you very soon in the room. Have a good day. I look scary. Okay, bye. Oh, what have I done? Okay, bye.